Let's move to KwaZulu-Natal, where the newly sworn KwaZulu-Natal Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube is vowed to work with women in different parts of the province, particularly rural areas, to empower and uplift them in their communities. Dube-Ncube was sworn in earlier today at the provincial legislature's special sitting. She's the first female member of the province. She replaces Sikla Zikalala, who resigned after losing the race for the position of ANC chair. We cross now back once again to our reporter, Karinda Jagmohan. Karinda, good afternoon to you. What's been said there?
Indeed, good afternoon, Stephen. Well, lots of words about empowering women from the new female Premier, Nomusa Dube-Ncube. She said that in her term at the helm of the province, as the leader essentially of the KZN legislature, she wants to do more to empower especially rural women of the province. Remember yesterday, the president saying at the National Women's Day address that violence and poverty is holding the women of the country back from progressing, from development, and this refers to gender-based violence and the poverty that especially rural women have to bear the brunt of. KZN is a largely rural province, and so many females who are heading their households in these rural areas of the province are steeped in poverty and do not necessarily have the same job opportunities or social development opportunities that one may have when you come closer to the city. That is why you see the mushrooming of informal settlements across around cities like Durban or Pietermaritzburg. Now, while Nomusa Dube-Ncube was sworn in, we also heard at the start of the sitting today that Ravi Pillay, who is the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, has also tendered his resignation. He has been a staunch ally of the former Premier Sikla Zikalala, and so it's said that his resignation comes essentially following Zikalala's resignation last week. We also saw Dr. Ntutuko Mahlaba being sworn in as a member of the KZN legislature. He is the former mayor of Newcastle. He's also the part of the top 5 of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. He serves as the secretary for the party in the province and has also previously been accused or linked to murder cases that have been unfolding within the discussions around political killings. So it is interesting to see his deployment now to the legislature. But Nomusa Dube-Ncube says that in her work as a premier, she wants to ensure that the office of the premier is assertive in how various departments are actually functioning. But she says she's also going to be guided by a number of traditional leaders in the province as well. Remember, KZN has quite a strong traditional leadership here because of the topography of the province. Take a listen to what the new premier had to say about this.
I wish to say that I will still be subjected to the guidance of honorable members, the religious leaders, traditional leaders, captains of industry and ordinary South Africans, as well as the people of KwaZulu-Natal, to whom I will serve diligently. We commit the office of the Premier to play a much more assertive role and visible role in providing leadership and coordinating the key priorities of programs of government, and we shall achieve this.
And it is so that even in the past, leaders in KwaZulu-Natal had to work hand in hand, especially with the traditional leadership that still holds a strong influence among areas very inland of the province. So she'll have to find sort of balance between her office, the various departments and traditional leadership and what they have to say in terms of what residents, especially in rural parts of the province, want to see in terms of development. Now, speaking about that, again, she's spoken about emancipating women from poor households. Dube-Ncube was born in KwaMashu. She served for several years in the KZN legislature from 2009. So she has had extensive experience in various portfolios. Take a listen to what she had to say about developing rural areas where there are many female-headed households and relieving them from the poverty they are experiencing.
Well, we've got to make sure that we reach out to every corner of our province. No woman in any corner of our province should feel left out. No woman should feel that the opportunities are only for the people in the big cities. So my priority is going to be the one of going back to the women's structures in the rural areas. I have worked with rural women before in the traditional affairs and local government. So I do know that there is a large number of women who still do not have water, people who still do not have electricity. And we know that if they are not educated or even services, the people that suffer most is the women. Because it is the woman who must go and fetch the water. It is the woman who must make sure that the house is safe from fires.
The new Premier of KwaZulu-Natal ending that report from Karinda Jagmohan. Karinda, thank you very much indeed. Important developments in KwaZulu-Natal.